So then, what does a typical day on Exercise MILAID consist of?
I don't think you can say there's such a thing as a typical day on Ex MILAID, because even though we've only been here for 4 days, every day has been completely different. So for example, day one, we worked daylight hours, so we were up very early, just after 5 o'clock. We worked through the day until night fell, so we was looking at after 10:30, and that involved a lot of covering ground, so we were searching for the missing children, we popped the scenario. But then day 3, for example, was a nighttime op and involved us staking out a known hotspot where we thought that the criminal gangs were going to be frequenting during that night. So then we were working from 0200 in the morning right through until the evening of the next day. So there's no such thing as a typical day, and there's no such thing as a typical job or activity while you're here, because it changes so much. But what you can say of all of them that they have in common is they're all very demanding, and they'll push you and test you mentally and physically, and I think I for one welcome that as a good thing, because it's developing me as a future leader of people.
Officer Cadet Mercer, you've been here now at Stanter for the last 4 days, participating in Exercise MILAID. So, how have you found MILAID compared to all the other exercises to date?
That's an excellent question, Officer Cadet Power. I found MILAID to be extremely challenging, both physically and mentally. All the exercises we've done so far have pushed us to our limits in both terms of our leadership ability and physical endurance. However, MILAID has now taken this one step further, and the periods of leadership can extend from anything from a few-hour period to a whole day, occasionally longer. So it means you can't afford to relax. You must always be vigilant and be thinking of what is next, and the scenario is ongoing. For example, the scenario about MILAID is that we are assisting civil authorities at a time of need. So in this exercise we've had to help with the recovery of 2 kidnapped children. So yes, it has pushed us, and because we've all tried to stay in scenario, it gave us a personal drive to do it, because we put ourselves in the position of actually having to do this for real, and there being 2 children actually.
How have you found the exercises on IOT to date, and have they benefited you as a future leader of people?
Oh, it's a hard question to answer, Officer Cadet Power. I think each exercise is built on the last in terms of skills we've learned and skills that we can then apply in future scenarios. So in between each exercise as well, we have classroom-based lessons and more static scenarios where we learn new leadership tools and skills. So every exercise as we've progressed, we've learned things in previous exercises that we've been able to utilise. For example, the 7-question estimate, which is a method of planning exercises and missions and extracting relevant answers as to how to prepare for them and how to run them, and contingency plans. So in answer to your question, I think that my journey as a leader has been advanced by each and every exercise, and that I hope that when it comes to the next exercise Decisive Edge, I'll have all the tools in my leadership toolbox to be able to pass the lead, which is inaccessible.